Arites Amid Aleph. On Rabbanon, Yesh Choletz Le'imo Misafek, Lachoso Misafek, Lebito Misafek. So now we're going to learn in this brisa that there are scenarios in which chalitza is going to be required misafek with regard to his mother, his sister, or his daughter. And even though we know from the first Mishnah in the Masechet that an erva is p'tura min hayibum umina chalitza, so why is there chalitza here? But here's a case where because of the suffix, you require chalitza. Because he doesn't know who's his mother, who's his sister, and who's his daughter. Ketzad, how do you have such a thing? Imo v'isha cheres, his mother and another woman, v'lahem shnei zecharim, each one of these, his mother and another woman, have two children who are definitely zecharim. So we have a case here where Yaakov marries Rachel. And from that marriage, Yosef is born. Reuven marries Chana, and from that marriage, Chetzron is born. V'chazru, and now Rachel and Chana have another child, each. The Oldu Shnei Zcharim b'machte, that are mixed up. So we have a tarovis of two Zcharim. And we don't know which Zachar belongs to Rachel and which to Chana. And now, these two Sfeikos get married, and they die without children. And by Leim Shel Shtei Nashim El, meaning we're going back to Yaakov and Reuven now, they died. Ba b'na shel zu v'nasa imo shel zeh. Yosef, who's definitely the son of Rachel, as we said, now marries Chana, the mother of Chetzron. Perfectly legitimate. And Chetzron b'na shel zu, Chetzron, who's the Vadai son of Chana, Nasa imo shel zeh, marries the mother of Yosef, which again is perfectly legitimate. But Umesu, now Yosef and Chetzron die below Banu, and their wives, Rachel and Chana, fall for Yibum in front of this Taroves that has in it brothers of Yosef and Chetzron. So it comes out that before each one of these mixture guys, these Fakos, fell for Yibum Misafek, and two wives, each one of which is a suffix imo, suffix aim chavera. Right? Each one of these women is a suffix, whether it's his mother or the mother of his friend. Is zecholitz l'shteim, v'zecholitz l'shteim, nimsa kol echad v'echad cholitz l'imo misaf. Each one of them has to give a chalitza to these two women because on each one of them we have a suffix. It might be imo or it might be a vimto. So therefore, each one will have to be cholitz l'imo misafek. He has it in a diagram here. All right, I don't know if the diagram is going to add much. Okay, here's another case in the same brisa. Okay, so how can we have a situation where he gives chalitza to his sister because of a suffix? And the answer is Imo, the mother of Reuven, we'll call her Rivka. She was married to Avram, and then they had a child named Reuven. And now she, Rivka, is Eishes Yitzhak. The Isha Acheres, we have another woman named Dina. She yoldu shtei nekevot b'machma. They had two daughters, and we don't know which is the daughter of which. And the Mela, we don't know which is the achoso of Reuven, me'ima. Baal lehem shalo me'osa ha'em. Ba'chehem, brother of Reuven, from the same father, but a different mother. Let's call it Shimon and Levi. So again, Avram is the father of Reuven, and he's married also to Sarah, and she has two sons, Shimon and Levi. Unasaum, and he married these two Nekevos that were mixed up, Umesu, and then the Achim died below Banim. So these two Nekevos now, Misafik, fall for Yibam in front of Reuven, because he's the brother, Mina'ah, of both Shimon and Levi. But one of these two women is Achotzo Me'imo. In fact, if we could identify which one is Achotzo Me'imo, she wouldn't even need Chalitza. But Chalitza Shteim, because it's Suffolk, we have to require a Chalitza Misafik. Nimtza Chalitza Achotzo Misafik. Then we have in the Brisa Bito Misafik. What's Bito Misafik? Ishto v'isha acheres, right? The wife of Reuven and the wife of Kalev, we'll call him. Sheyoldu shtei nekeves b'machpeh. These nekeves got mixed up. We don't know who's the daughter of Reuven and who's the daughter of Kalev. Ba'acheim, and two brothers of Reuven or Kalev, which are the uncles, right? They are the brothers of the father of those fakers. Unesaum umesu b'lo banim. So now they fall in front of Reuven or in front of Kalev, two women for Yibum Misafek, because with regard to each one of these two women, we don't know if it's Bito and therefore there's no Yibum, or it's Bas Isha Shnia and therefore she needs Yibum. Is Zechol it's the Bito Misafek? Is Zechol it's the Bito Misafek? So we have a case of Chalitz al Bito Misafek. Anya, we learned to the Brisa, Hoya Rabbi Meir Omer, Ish ve'isha pa'amim shemolidin chamesh umos. It means that they can have velados from 5 different nations. How is that possible? Ketzad, Ish Yisrael, shalokach eved v'shivcha knanim, min hashuk, v'lahem shnei banim. After he acquired ownership over the Eved and the Shivcha, they gave birth to 2 children. One second. When did the children born? Before the Kinyan Avdus or after the Kinyan Avdus? Oh, this is the case where before the Kinyan Avdus. He says it here in the note. Od Kodim Shenimkru Yisrael. V'nizgayer echad mehem, one of these 2 sons underwent gerus. Nimta, the avodim are bonim from 2 different umos. Echad ger v'echad ovi kolchavim. One is a ger, the other is a guy. It bilon. Now the Yisrael was matbil, the Eved or the Shivcha L'Shem Avdus. Okay, that means that they had Tfilos Gerus, but which kind of Gerus? Gerus up to the level of Avdus. V'nizkiku zelazeh. They had a child. Harekan, we have 3 umos. Ger, V'ovi Kochav, and V'evet. Right, the 3rd son is now born in Avdus, and therefore he has a status of an Evet. Shichrer, if the Yisrael was Meshachres HaShivcha, now the Shivcha becomes a Yisraelis. Ba'aleh Eved, the Eved illegally had a relationship with her. The Vlad is a mamzer. Again, this is only according to Rabbi Akiva, I believe. Let me just see. No, it's Eved V'Yakum Amo Bas Yisrael. It's according to that opinion that the Vlad is a mom's. Okay. Now, so far we have 3 umos. Now we have Shichrer Es HaShivcha. Now the Shivcha after Shivcha the Israelis. Ubal Leha Eved. Again, the Eved has a relationship with Isur, Harekan, Ger, V'Ovi, Kochab, V'Eved. Umamzer. Now, Shichrer Shnehem. V'Sion Zelazeh. As Gerim, he married them off one to each other. And Yoldu Ben Bigirusa. After they Gerus, they had a son. A Rekan, now we have 5 umos. Why? We have Ger, Ovikuchav, Eved, Umamzer, and Yisrael. My Komashmon. So Gemara says, okay, very nice game that you're playing, but what's the Chiddush La'alocha? And the Gemara says, so really the only chiddush here in this whole scenario is that the child of a marriage relationship between a guy, or for that matter, an Eved and a Yisrael is a mom's, which we said is gigantic machlokas. What does this mean? Keitad. Israel lakach Eved v'shivcha minat shuk. Vilahem ben. And he points out here in the note, based on Rashi, that also who lo kona liev. He wasn't kona this ben as an Eved. V'shichrer es hashivcha unisa. So the Adon freed the shivcha, and then he married her. The Omer V'Kosav called a Chosav L'Bna. And he wrote a will leaving all of his estate to the son, and the son is a guy because, again, he did not undergo gerus. He writes in Nimtza, Gam ha'eved shekana shu aviv shel ben ha'mishpacha, ben ha'shivcha, excuse me, umeis ha'adon, uba each aligvos es ksubasa, minichse baila hames, ata heim shel b'na hagoy, nimtza ze mocher es aviv, lahagbos le'imo ksubasa. Again, his father's an Eved, and the Eved now is shaykh to him like Nichsei HaMes, and Kidei Lahagos Li'imo es Ksubas. I mean, it's all motivated by the Ksub. So Gemara says, what significance does this have? Maiko Mashmon. And we know that an Eved is part of the Nichsei Baila, so she can collect that for the Ksuba. And Gemara says, Kula Rabbi Meir. This Brisa also was likewise authored by Rabbi Meir. The Avda, metaltali mishtabli l'ksubas. So this Brisa is also attributable to Rabbi Meir. It's the same for the Brisa that we had earlier, in which Rabbi Meir said whatever he said, and now Eved has the status of metalton as far as collecting the ksuva, metalti mishtabi l'ksuva. And Rabbi Meir wants to tell us the chiddush, and we've already seen this back on Daf Pei, that metalton mishtabi l'ksuva. So therefore, she can collect her ksuba from the Eved. The Brisa reflects Shita the Chacham who hold the metaltalin eno mishtabnim l'ksuba. So the question is, what's the deal here? Kamash balon avdu kimakarki done. The chiddush here, this brisa, is that Eved has the status of karka, and therefore he is part of the shiva ksuba, and the shiva ksuba is chal on karka. So now we got up to the Mishnah on the bottom of Tzadi Tes, Amid Aleph, and Amid Shem. That's what we'll cover tomorrow. And let me just add one point here.